when you're in a supporting function of a financial planner who's invested heavily in your time, energy, effort, training and development to do a role that supports that person, right? To be able to go out and write more business, offer better services to their clients.
Yeah.
I can imagine there's a massive reluctance from the financial planner to give that person up, right? And it takes a certain type of person to be able to upskill, train and develop, to know that they want to progress on to becoming a financial planner and not controlling and keeping that person down, if you like, in a role that might no longer be adding value to them and their aspirations and career goals. How did you approach that conversation together? Was it always understood that you wanted to become a financial planner?
Yes. So I think we pretty much probably had that conversation on day one.
Cool.
I think Lloyd was very, he was a prominent figure to actually push me to want to, reach that next step. But I think even it can be seen that I'm maybe leaving his sort of like ecosystem, I'm leaving his support system. But because we have always worked very close together, as Lloyd's clients have become wealthier, and as Lloyd has, dealing with more complex cases, he doesn't necessarily have the time to, talk to a client who might be a little bit smaller or doesn't require as much attention as he can provide. So I think it's more of a working relationship whereby I can step in and actually help those types of clients now. And we're still keeping it within that sort of ecosystem, if that makes sense.
Like almost a mini practice.
Yeah.
You've got a mini practice together, like partners, you're working together, right?
Yeah.
Lloyd's obviously progressing within his career. He's been working with a certain type of client, and perhaps he's got aspirations to work with clients with £1 million plus.
Yeah.
Right? And that's cool. And that's great because we all want to work with a certain client that we want to work with. Yeah. They have different complexities, different situations in their life. And also it means that you are maybe building a client book where you have 50 clients, they've all got £1 million, invested. Happy days. It's a nice book, isn't it? You know, and that's fine. So segmenting those clients is wondering what to do with them when you want to push forward, because you can't keep servicing more and more clients.
Exactly.
So it's a great way to then offload those clients, not offload because that sounds terrible, but pass them on to somebody within the micro practice, within a practice to take over. And that's where you found your feet, and that's where you guys are working together really well.
Exactly. And I think the important thing is, for example, the clients that he might not be able to service or work with as closely as he used to, he still has contact, or he can still speak with those clients, even though I might be handling the day-to-day relationship. From a client's perspective, they still have both of us, which I think is quite important, and I think gives clients a lot of comfort knowing that, both of us are working for them as opposed to the one.
Goes back to that kind of almost concierge service, doesn't it?
Exactly.
It's great. If I walk in a room and someone says, here's your power planner, here's your administrator, here's your client relationship manager, I'm your financial planner, and by the way, here's the app, or here's this, that, and the other. All these extra tools, all these extra people around will make me feel really special, that I have got humans there dealing with me in every aspect of what's going on, so I'm being looked after. Yeah. It's a really, really powerful tool for a financial planner to be able to deliver the fact that there is a team behind you and it's not just you. And I love that. I go back to dropping that ego thing. It's not just you. There is a team behind you actually holding the business together, especially within financial planning. Plenty of people. And should we be talking about the fantastic compliance manager that we have? Should we be talking about the person who's going to put your reports together and send them out? Yeah. I think we should.
Yeah, absolutely. There's literally a whole company working to help you get where you need to be. So
yeah, exactly that. And they're in safe hands. There's plenty of nets. So if anything was to go wrong, or if something was to happen, it doesn't fall through the cracks. Yeah.
A good example, one of my clients recently got hacked.
Right.
So there was a big concern that what's going to happen to my investments. I think the way we are set up in terms of the company structure, there's a lot of safeguards. It's not like somebody can, with a bank, for example, hack your bank account or, copy your credit card number, and it might be easier to access the funds. There's a lot of safeguards with our type of job. They have to contact me. They have to get through compliance. There's many, many layers of a safety net that will just mitigate any type of risk like that.
Not in every company.
Not in every company,
Sadly.
Yes,
Sadly.
yeah. I think that's maybe unique to Hoxton.
Maybe unique to Hoxton, yeah. And I think with the app, and we're going to fast forward a little bit here actually into the world of Hoxton right now, because it's a great opportunity to do so. We're seeing such huge development around that app, not only for client experience and the speed that somebody could actually invest their money. I mean, we're all massively excited this year about the one-day client. And the client being able to download the app, go into it and invest within one day is absolutely amazing. I mean, at our conference this week, we talked about how there's 20 signatures required to go through the process of becoming a client at Hoxton, right? Yeah. In the app, there's one signature, one tick box, and it can be done like that. Simple little things like that give the customer confidence that we're able to look after them and we're able to do and deliver and react and respond to any situation that might arise through the app instantaneously. Yeah. And that's peace of mind. Because if I'm sat on my sofa, I've just ordered a pizza, that's come in 15 minutes. I might want to sit on my sofa, flick through how my assets across the world are actually doing. And if I want to contact somebody, if I want to complain about something, I want to talk with somebody, I want to get some reassurance that I can do that through my app. And it's hugely, hugely important. One of the things I'm massively, massively excited about with Hoxton Wealth is that development of that app. It's not really, in my head, an app, it's Hoxton.
Yeah. Yeah,
so like if you visualize a business like Hoxton, right, or you visualize a financial planning company, you shouldn't have almost a separate app. It should be, that's just the business. Exactly. That's how we do business. That's how we operate. Yeah. And that's the bit that excites me the most.
Yeah. It's definitely coming from an industry where it is inherently slow.
Yeah.
Whether it's a private bank, whether it's a traditional bank, any investment house, the process can be painful on times. Yeah. And being client facing, I know all about, how frustrated clients can be in that process. So being able to, just to be able to develop the technology to make that simple task easier, and being able to deliver that sort of product to clients, I think is a game changer in our industry.
That's the word I was just about to say. It's game changing.
Yeah.